Hello, hello, and good afternoon. Welcome to session 7 of Secrets Beyond the Suns and Invisible Sun campaign. Before we go into the recap and all that fun stuff, everyone's going to say hi, who they're playing, and then we'll go into recap and downtime. Let's start with... Let's go reverse order this time. Gonah.
Hi, I'm Karosael. I'm an established stoic of the Order of Majors, and I turn tales into reality.
Abby.
I am playing Farideh, an eremitic ardent apostate who breathes runes.
Caitlin.
Hey, I'm Caitlin. I'm playing Alondra, who is an iconoclastic ardent order of Goetica who fuses nightmare to fist.
And last but not least, Seth.
Hello, I am Zephyr. I'm played by Seth, and I am a stalwart ardent from the Order of Weavers who weave stealth with sorcery.
And I am Mare, your game master for the day. If I remember correctly, it will be Farideh who is going to be giving us our session recap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so last week we all met up at Alondra's house, which is in the back of the stationery store Mark Hall. I think that was our first time all going to see the place, so I think most people have seen everyone's houses now. And we headed off to Laurel's old house, which was in a painting next to a museum. Through completely legal means, we gained entry to the house, started to poke around, and got attacked by a bunch of mirrors that had been procreating in Laurel's bedroom for who knows how long. We escaped with some cuts and bruises, some of which because we kicked our shoes off at the front. And found a bunch of scattered angel feathers all around, but didn't really find much to help us in that mystery. Went home to kind of clean up after our battle and met up again at Zero's, the demon that is a bar, and had some fun times with cocktails that change our outfits and are the essence of people's deaths and other fun things like that. I had some fun with a love tester in the corner of the bar. I think Zephyr spent most of the night over there, meeting some new strangers. And I got a chance to talk to Karina, one of the troubadours, who gave me a very solid lead on what to do next and who to talk to about solving the murder.
Is there any downtime activities people would like to talk about that are not going to be covered in side scenes? I think everything is going to be covered in side scenes, right? Okay, and last but not least, if you want to help or hinder our players, we have donation incentives, which are triggered by the keyword flux. And if we hit a threshold, we'll do a beach episode at the Whoa, which is Fartown's resident quote-unquote beach. So
what is that that mark, by the way?
Which mark?
I
put it at 300.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So first card pull of the night, the day, on the Silver Sun, we have the Ghostly Presence. Value of 7. Mysteries, rats, mirrors, and stones, so Stoics have a +1 to your ventures. Meanings: the past, guilt, unresolved issues. We all have our ghosts. They haunt us, both metaphorically and, of course, literally. We can become weighed down by our past sins, our unrequited feelings, our unresolved issues. As humans, we crave closure. But is such a thing ever truly possible? The ghostly presence suggests that it is not. There's always something from our past that will arise later to remind us of the wrongs of long ago. Pale magic is enhanced and green is hindered. And with that card meaning, we will be starting with Alondra today. Alondra, would you like to tell us what you are about to accomplish and do, please?
Yes, this deck is stacked. We are going to be summoning my familiar today, which is an ability that, as a second order goetic, I have access to. So why not try it out?
And not to mention, familiars are able to imbue you with some knowledge, giving casual whispers and advice, wanted or unwanted. They are overall a very handy creature to have by you regardless of where they are from. Do you want to describe how your summoning goes, please?
Yes, so I will set up a circle in my apartment in the back of the Mark Hall. Fairly routine at this point, just a general protective circle just to make sure that nothing untoward happens. And I sit down in the circle and begin to focus on the angelic, kind of sending my thoughts in that direction. And then my thoughts drift a little bit. The angelic, I start thinking about angels and then angel feathers, and I don't lose the summoning, but it's not as specific and direct as I might have otherwise wanted it to be.
As you focus on your summoning, on narrowing in your thoughts to bringing in a familiar to help you with the day-to-day goetic information gathering and lifestyle, just someone to be your right-hand entity, so to speak. You do end up summoning a creature that appears in a puff of red dust, not smoke, specifically dust, kind of like sand that litters the ground of your home. And what you see is a small, probably about the size of a cat, creature with leathery wings covered in scars and freshly bleeding wounds. As soon as it enters your home and appears, you are immediately not assaulted, but you do feel thoughts of wanting to do bad things to other people push up against your consciousness. Just kind of stares up at you, kind of scratches at some of its already bleeding wounds, which gets a couple more flecks splattered across your floor.
Hello?
Hey.
You weren't quite what I had in mind.
That's what most people say, yeah. It's kind of fun. What do you want?
Well, I suppose if you have any insight, if you want to hang around for what, is there something I should call you?
It says something that Mare can't pronounce, but it is basically the demon language equivalent of slaughter.
Great. Well, one of my friends, I'm sure, will be able to come up with a better name for you.
Karosael.
Exactly. Well.
Oh, is this like the whole like goetic familiar things? Do I get to fuck with people in the actuality?
It is a familiar thing, and no, the people fucking will be kept to a minimum, please and thank you.
That's alright. My presence is enough to fuck people up. It's great.
Yeah, you don't have, say, shape-shifting or invisibility or anything like that, do you?
I don't know. Maybe if you concentrate hard enough. Gives me cool abilities. Give me some of your goetic magic and then we'll make it work.
Okay. I will. What do I want to do? I don't want to go invisible because that doesn't actually help things. I think I'm going to try to concentrate on making him look like he's cat sized, so like a small dog. Not like a particularly cute one because that's stretching it, but just like some kind of
mutt.
Yeah, like generic mutt dog.
Yeah, that'll next time I show up, I'll maybe look a little more palatable.
Great. Well, in the meantime, I suppose, yep, let's go. This is going to be great.
So your familiar spends about 3 to 4 hours each day with you, granting you a +1 bene in your intellect, acting as an advisor. And as you continue, its level can increase the farther up you go in Goetic level.
Yeah.
But let's just say the first couple days that he shows up, your dreams are much more intense, much scarier than normal. It seems that his presence is able to amplify nightmares, and not just you. You hear neighborhood folks around you complaining about some of the bad nightmares they've had recently, and fights have become increasingly common after he has shown up. With a little bit of information gathering, you can determine that this is a demon called Claw of the Red from the Red Sun. Bad dreams and bad ideas spring up wherever it passes.
Yep. Alondra is very unhappy with this.
Is there anything else you would like to accomplish with your familiar?
At this point, no. Although she will make a mental note to, at some point, ask around the Goetic Hall for information on how to switch your familiar. But not today.
Not today. And as if it was a bad dream, when you try to, when you summon him a second time, you do end up with the same demon.
Oh, does he look more like a dog?
As if he was condensed. His leathery wings were condensed into a dog form, but was still mangy and flea bitten and lots of scars and bleeding wounds. He has 4 legs now.
Well, that's better, I suppose.
Zephyr.
Yes.
Would you like to tell us a little bit of what you have done in your downtime and what you wanted to accomplish?
Not much. Went to go find a specific spell that I've been wanting to learn called Falsehood's Halo. Essentially, anybody nearby, except for me, which I would never do this anyway, who knowingly tells a lie will have a very bright orange halo lit around them. Anyone who knows me knows that I hate liars, I hate lying, I hate any kind of twisting of the truth. So it just felt like something that I would want to have in my arsenal. Otherwise, I had an interesting interaction with, how should I put this? Her name is Raja Thamos. And she is a, I suppose you could call her a roommate of sorts. She and I would assume some of her family as well have decided to make themselves, or rather find refuge in my house, and I am more than happy to have them. She has helped me to speak her language, which I think will be very useful in upcoming, really anything. Her language is widely applicable. And she was kind enough to leave me with art on my front door after I told her that, yes, I would help her, and her family is welcome to stay with me as long as they need.
And we'll quickly do... did you want to quickly talk about that in-game? Perfect. On the green sun, I have the swan. Value of 6, vision, swans, blades, and water. Meanings... Well, this is the companion card. I might have to draw another card anyway, if that's correct. Okay, nope. Okay, nope. Good fortune, good weather, latent talents. Elegant and serene, the swan is the companion card of the Visions family. It is a harbinger of luck, and in particular it is said to bring calm, favorable weather with it wherever it goes. But as many someones have said, we make our own luck. In this case, the swan represents that as well. In the midst of a challenge, someone displays a talent, an affinity, or even a magical ability that they didn't know they had. When this happens, it is sometimes called a swan event. Companion card duplicates the effects of the last card, so pale magic is enhanced and green is hindered. After expressing your interest in wanting to learn this language, you are visited in the middle of the night, just before you are about to close your eyes and rest your eyes. On the edge of your pillow, you see a fairly, not thick, well, yes, thick in legs and body, a spider.
I think that Zephyr will just kind of stare at it like, well, this is serendipitous.
One leg raises up and waves at you, and its mandibles move as you hear her speak. I've been hearing from my children that you have been interested in learning the language of spiders.
Yes, I am a weaver, and spiders have a very special significance to my order. Honestly, I have always been fascinated by you. I thought that it could be useful, but it seems I may already know your language.
Oh no, I am speaking the language of Islay.
Oh, I see. So, oh wow, you are very learned.
Yes, I am quite learned, as you say. Forgive my rudeness, I am Rajathamos.
Hello, Rajathamos. My name is Zephyr.
I'd be willing to teach you my grandchildren's and mine's language, if you are willing to do a favor for me. It'd be much quicker than the hard way and long way in learning a language. It can take quite some time.
Yes, what do you need?
My grandchildren have a propensity towards evil and the dark. Demons like to twist them into doing nefarious plots and things, and as a grandmother, I am quite worried for them. All I ask is you look out for them and do not harm them.
Of course. Yes, I do that anyway, so I can absolutely continue. That course of action I will protect whenever I come across one of your family. In addition, so if you know that I have been looking for a way to speak your language, do you and your family, are they in my house already? Are some of you here?
Spiders are everywhere.
Of course. Well, you are welcome to stay here. You will have no interference from me. So, if you need someplace safe and quiet, you are more than welcome to stay here.
That is a lovely offer, thank you. I believe I will be quite safe in the confines of your snake home.
Yes, I don't get many visitors as it is, so perhaps it will be nice to have a little company.
I will spread the word to my grandchildren.
Yes, I will look out for them. Rajatamos, thank you for agreeing to teach me. It was very kind.
Rest your head and I will teach you soon.
Very well. Zephyr, I think, with maybe a little bit of difficulty at first, But we'll then like do as she says and try to fall asleep.
As you are falling off to sleep, Rajathamos does make her way towards your head and whispers in your ear the entire night in the language of spiders. And when you awaken, you learn the spider whisper secret and gain one level of connection with Rajathamos, a true spider.
I like to think that in the morning probably has, probably thinks it was some kind of like very odd dream. And I think when she goes out to leave for the day, then she sees that web on her front door, or near her front door, and kind of knows in the back of her head that like, okay, this is a thing. I also think that the next time she sees Rajathamos, she will thank her for her work of art.
Rajathamos is near her web, not on it, but she will just acknowledge your thank you as a silent "you're welcome." With that, I think we're moving on to a very important scene. Farideh. As I pull the next card, we're going to be going on to your summoning. On the blue sun, we have the driver. Value of 7. Mysteries, rats, mirrors, and stone. Impetuous travel, forward motion, and speed. Always moving forward, sometimes there is no other recourse than to simply get away. Escape is often the best option, and the best escape is a quick one. Like a shark, the driver can never stop moving. She's always racing ahead, always moving forward, making sudden, abrupt turns down new avenues without warning. They say it's not the destination that's important, it's the trip. Well, if that's true, the driver does it best, because ultimately she has no destination in mind. It's never the point. This point is speed, motion, and the ability to change one's mind from second to second, and yet do so fluidly and flawlessly. The driver is the defender of the Mysteries family. She protects by enabling others to get away, and she carries them to safely, always moving forward. Unfortunately, you do not get any bonuses on this Farideh. As our only stoic in the party is Karosael. Who are you inviting to this, and how do you get ready? And what exactly are you doing?
Yeah, so when I went to Zero's and met with Karina, she gave me instructions to find the Beseech invocation. And with Alondra's help, over the last few days, I was able to find this invocation and learn it, and I've been gathering materials for it, incense, and I bought Leaves of Justice. And the invocation takes 4 hours of preparation and then 1 hour of performance. And then at the end of that hour, hopefully the entity that I am focusing on will show up, but there is no guarantee of that. So I'm definitely doing this at home. I've just like cleared out, my living room, just like take everything out, just get tons of space, push all the furniture back to all the different walls. I'm not inviting anyone besides Samuel, of course. If Samuel, if you want to stay, of course, this is your house too. But
of course. Yeah,
and you can watch, but once I start, you can't interrupt at all.
Okay, can I just stay on your shoulder? I'll be quiet and I won't do anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And he would stay on your shoulder the entire time. Quiet,
awesome.
With the occasional nuzzle on your face.
Good. Yeah, because I'm not exactly sure. Even if this does work, I'm not sure what's going to show up. So, yeah, stay close to me. That's best. So I'll take the 4 hours, and kind of Alondra would have kind of given me some pointers about a welcoming way to set up like the incense and things, and I also spend that time I'm going to set a couple breath runes. I'm going to set one for performance and one for persuasion.
Are you doing the 3? Are you doing 3 or just 2?
I'm doing just 2.
Okay.
Because so for the invocation is a level 5. Does that mean that I need to spend 5 sorcery to cast it?
At some point, yes.
Okay.
But throughout
yes.
these 4 hours of preparation, you could use like your hour rest to refresh one of your pools.
Yeah, but with my enhanced runes, each one is 3 sorcery to cast.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have enough to do that much. So yeah, so I've got a performance rune, I've got a persuasion rune. That is not helpful. I'm also going to the centerpiece is going to be the 3 leaves of justice with my troubadour coin that Karosael had made into a tie for me. So I'll kind of lay those out in the center of the room, and next to it in the center of the room, the vase of flowers that the woman in red gifted me our first night at the song, assuming that they are still alive and vibrant.
Still alive and vibrant, even after weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So flowers, my coin, my emotion leaves right there in the center, and yeah, then I'll do my performance.
And what is this performance?
So it's leaning into Farideh's strengths, of course. I'm going to be singing for an hour, and I have a couple instruments around because, of course, and I can play some of any of them, but the real focus is my voice because that's my main instrument. And after an hour of singing, not about any particular topic, just kind of my standards, things I'm real comfortable with, things I'm used to performing a lot. I end my hour with a sonnet, and I would like to read my sonnet. Reborn from shadow, singing called to me. I took to stages with my breath beside. My heart poured into every note and key to share a joy that none should be denied. The night the one in red spun her flame, by luck I hoped I'd met a troubadour. She left me only clues, but not her name. With flowers in hand, I started to explore. But then the one in blue took all our breath and fled, before a silent figure took hers too. Alone I cannot avenge her sudden death, and so I followed every clue to you. I come before you in the hopes you'll teach, and so with leaves of justice I beseech.
As you finish your 1 hour performance, you do feel a surge of magic reaching out to whatever creature Karina is suggesting you beseech. You will need to make a roll for this to see if you are able to pierce the veil to reach out to this specific creature. You will be able to add the level of the invocation. You can add an interaction bene. If you want to apply your performance rune, you can. As well as hidden knowledge if you would like, and sortilege if you would like. To add an extra die.
Yeah, okay, so +5 from the level of the invocation?
Yep.
Is that right? I will spend an interaction bene. I would like to spend a hidden knowledge. The idea that Alondra kind of talked me through what to expect from a summoning.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just take that off while I'm thinking of it. And my enhanced rune actually lets me roll another die. It doesn't add to my
Okay.
to my thing. So so that's
You won't be able to use a sortilege then. So you'll have a +7 to your adventure. And you'll be able to roll 3 dice because you have your regular die, your enhancement, and then this is a magical invocation, so you'd automatically be rolling 2.
Okay.
So you'll be rolling 3 dice.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them magic.
2 of them magic. Okay, so I need to decide which colors are magic. Okay.
You don't know the challenge, but you still have to roll.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm rolling. Good chance of flux here, guys.
It's very true.
All right, so on my magic ones, I got a 6 and a 2.
Okay.
And on my non-magic one, I got a 3.
I need my calculator because I can't do math. Okay. A 2 and a 3? The other ones?
Yeah, a 6, a 2, and a 3.
Okay. That does succeed.
Yes.
When Alondra was telling you about this spell, she told you that what would most likely happen upon a success is that you would gain the attention of whatever being you were trying to summon. They would not physically manifest, but they would arrive as like a disembodied voice or a spirit, send an emissary, something along those lines, and none of that happens. Instead, you find your consciousness projected with Samuel on your shoulder, and you find yourself in a shrouded gray area with dark stone that oddly seems very familiar, though you have never physically been here before. Samuel looks around. Where are we?
I don't know. I thought we were going to stay at home. But I guess not.
And after a moment, he looks forward and up. And before you, you see a entity. Tall. Like, if we were talking in D&D terms, at least huge, or the size category above, as they are sitting on what looks like a mockery of a throne, as they are tied down with invisible strands of magical force. And after a moment, this room is very similar to the one you saw in the clock of the Glen of Memories. This creature is tall, and their features seem to fluctuate from male to female to ambiguous and other creatures of the actuality, almost like a zealot. And they just kind of look down at you in confusion.
Hey.
How did you get here?
It took like 5 hours, but I kind of asked for you. I thought you were going to come to me, but I guess it was easier for me to come to you.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Farideh, and this is Samuel.
You shouldn't be here. Did someone send you? How?
Karina. Well, she...
Is it Claudine?
Yeah. Sorry, it's Claudine sneezing during serious moments. Karina, she didn't really tell me what to expect, but she told me how to find you.
You're with the troubadours. Are you new?
Very new. So new I might not quite be with the troubadours yet.
Then how did you find me? Only people who have spoken to me before could only reach out to me, so this is new.
Was that you trying to talk to me through the coin?
I was trying to talk to Talia.
Oh, have you not heard?
The entity looks down at where their hands are bound to the armrests of the throne. My abilities are hindered where I am, so I don't know like I would normally do.
Talia was murdered a few weeks ago. I picked up her coin because I found her body.
Well, hopefully she rests easy in the Pale. Unless her spirit has been stuck behind in this city. If you use the Beseech invocation, it means you are looking for something. If I am aware of that spell correctly.
Mm-hmm. And Karina said you're the only one who can help.
I would not know about that if I could. Those who are part of what I consider to my flock that I have made deals with, I take my deals seriously. I will help in any way I can. What are you looking for in assistance?
I want to join the Troubadours. And in order to join, I need to show that I'm useful and invested in the same things they are. And so I want to help solve Talia's murder.
You want to seek the truth. That is a very good first step. How much did Karina go into detail about patronage?
Not very much. She tried, but couldn't. I got the feeling something was stopping her from talking. And she said, "You're the only one who can talk about it."
I can only talk about it so much. I am bound by powers much stronger than, well, myself or any other warden currently. But patronage is essentially a deal. I would give you something you ask for, or within my ability, and in return you would do something for me. Either one time or continuously.
What do you want?
Frankly, I would like to go back to my domain of the Indigo Sun. My name is Quiss. Farideh, innately you would know that every sun has a warden, along with the night side of each sun. A warden is basically a guardian of each sun. And the guardian of the Indigo Sun has been missing since before the war.
Shit.
And their name is Quiss.
You've been here since the war.
A war which we cannot talk of.
Mm-hmm.
Frankly, I only ask one thing of you, and that is to assist in my escape.
I don't know if I have the power to do that, but I'll try.
That's all I ask. Is there anything I can give you in return that may assist you?
Well, I was hoping for information, but perhaps all your information is out of date. Do you know who would want to harm the troubadours? A direction I can look for this killer.
Yes.
That was fast.
Feather, I can tell you.
Do you have enemies? I mean, I guess you're tied to a chair. I suppose you do have enemies. Okay.
I do know, and I have an idea, but they motion to, once again, these bonds of force. It does not just hold me restrained physically.
Mm-hmm. So, your freedom first, and then my answers.
Answers would be a bonus. In the meantime, I could give you tools. If that would help.
Yeah? Do you have anything in mind? Something that could track people. I guess I know exactly where she was killed. And even though it seems like the trail has gone cold, maybe you have something that could still track this person.
I think I could give you something. An object that could assist you. Are you looking more for answers, or are you looking for more people? Or perhaps divination?
People. I can get answers from people.
And after a little wave of their fingers, a small crystal appears in your hands. And the scene begins to fade.
Wait, how do I help you?
The truth hides within the lie.
Aw, I already had that clue. Okay. Well, Samuel, that was a trip.
Who was that?
Quiz.
Who?
Quiz.
Who?
Yeah. Very powerful. Apparently not as powerful right now. But hopefully we can help him. Them.
They are gender fluid, so any pronouns work.
Cool.
I have sent you in DMs what you received from Quiz.
Nice.
Is there anything else you would like to
Very
do
cool.
before we move on to the next scene?
No. I think that covers it.
In that case, I believe the next scene would be Zephyr. Where I will read the next card and we will go from there. On the Indigo Sun, we have the Revolutionary. If my thing will scroll. Value of 9. Secrets, ravens, books, and flame. Meanings lust, sexuality, change, and destruction. Sovereign of the family of secrets, the Revolutionary is a force for change. Quite possibly the least secret of the family. The Revolutionary is brazen and bold, changing what needs changing, even if through destruction or violence. The strong sexuality of the Revolutionary is obvious, but this aspect is quite separate from the other. There is no suggestion of sexual violence here, but instead sincere passion and mutual attraction. Sovereign gives a +1 to all actions, +2 if heart is linked to the family, and we do not have any gallants in the party, so. I saw those gay panic cards go up, and I will send you a picture of the card in our chat. If it'll let me post. But anyway, Zephyr, where does this start off? This is the bleed. Or How do you want to approach this? Caitlin, your fucking face.
Hold on, wait. First of all, where's the photo, though?
Our general chat.
General chat.
I'm
Oh!
looking respectfully.
Respectfully, where's my eyes emoji?
I haven't made one of those yet.
Okay, so respectfully.
Eyes emoji.
I just literally, like, dropped all my shit. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna have to
Does he
minimize
have
that
an
window.
ab?
Yeah, the fucking abs, right?
Okay, I'm minimizing that. I think that at this point, you know, Zephyr, she's done some investigating on her own, and she's gotten that one small lead out to the bleed. So what she's gonna want to do at this point, knowing that like to go to the bleed, she's already told everybody in passing last time we met, hey, I need you guys' help with the bleed next time. Okay, bye. So I like to think that they would be meeting at her, not at her house, but in, you know, the garden near in which the snake currently resides, so that they can set out together. Zephyr, for once, of course, will be the first one there because it's her house. Probably the only time she's the first one there.
You have all been invited to Zephyr's house. I don't think anyone else has been to Zephyr's house yet.
I bet that I probably have.
That makes sense, actually.
true.
Yeah.
Probably.
Or at least I would know where to find you. Like, even if I haven't been in, like, I know where your snake chills.
Yeah, and you know, you're not weirded out by the fact that, like, there's the snake.
You know at least that you know there is a snake that Zephyr lives inside of.
Yeah, and I know the clock garden. Like, yeah.
You're just kind of cool with it.
Yeah.
Karosael and Metatron will have walked around and respectfully asked every snake, "Are you Zephyr's?" No, okay. Are you Zephyr's? No, that's a hose. And eventually we'll get there.
I like to think that I see you like talking to a coiled up garden hose, and I'm like, Karosael over here.
Hey, that's it's very realistic.
It does look a bit like a garter snake now that you pointed out, but
Exactly.
this is mine. Mine is this one.
Oh, hello.
Just a little king snake. Isn't he cute?
He is adorable. Is it like the painting? Like we just think about it and we'll get in there, or like is there an opening?
More or less. I mean, he kind of occasionally will let me handle him. So sometimes if I pick him up, I can get in that way. Sometimes I can just think really hard about it and poke him or poke his tongue, and works that way. But we can just wait until everybody else gets here, because I don't know if he will try to go somewhere else once we are inside him. So.
Understandable.
Yes, he's always on the move, this one, especially since I've given him a taste for Arkan's house. Backfired a little bit.
It keeps him active. It's good.
Yes, it's good for him. Good for me as well.
So when Alondra shows up, knowing that Arkan lives nearby, she has like a shawl like over her head and is like trying to kind of like look around, and it does nothing because she's like 6 feet tall and ripped, and it is very obvious that it's Alondra. But she looks like she's like trying to be on the down low, and she has the ugliest dog you've ever seen walking beside her.
Oh yeah, it ugly. And as Alondra gets closer, you do have like, you know, like intrusive thoughts of random violence. You're like, why did I think that? That type of reaction.
Alondra, glad to see you've made it. Are you having a bad hair day?
No, it's just Arkan's around, and you know, I didn't want her to, since I live in her. This isn't doing anything, is it?
No, if anything, somehow it has made you stand out more, because now you are no longer a giant bicep. You are a giant bicep with a background.
Ah. Yes.
It's a very nice color though.
It
Like,
is.
it's-
Oh, thank you. Yes. I'll like take it off and like wrap it up and shove it somewhere.
Do you
I'll
have
go-
a demon with you?
Yes.
Hey.
This is
Do we understand it?
Oh, that's a good question.
Probably not this one. I feel like this demon is not high enough on the social ladder to know other people's not social ladder, but like the demon hierarchy level, power level, to know other languages.
What does it sound like when to us?
To y'all, it would sound like fire crackling mixed with nails on a chalkboard.
See, I liked the first part.
And with the occasional
that's
screech of
awful.
pain. Like
That is terrible. What is? Oh, make it. Why is this? Why do you have a demon?
this is great.
That sounds like. Oh my god! What is that?
I was trying for. It wasn't supposed to. I tried to summon a familiar because that's the thing I can do now, and I was going for an angel, and this happened.
This is great. Your reactions are great.
I'm sure it just means that like it's a nice demon, and like Karosael's gonna squat down and like put out his hand to try and pet it.
Oh,
Like, you know how you'll sometimes
make a dodge defense roll.
Yeah, no, don't.
7 on the die, and I'm not
you're
gonna put
fine.
anything into it.
You're fine. You are able to move your hand out of the way as this thing tries to bite you. Think that this thing is like, think a chihuahua, trembling and condensed full of rage.
Actually, my thought was that you know that meme of like the ugliest dog, and it is like a little little shitty looking chihuahua. That's how I envision this thing.
Pretty much.
With lots of lacerations and blood and scars and mangy looking as hell.
Do you have to keep it with you? I don't want.
I don't. Well, I guess I would know. Can I dismiss it early?
I'd
Does
say
it
you
know
can.
how to sit?
I say you can dismiss it early if you'd like. It's only around for like 3 to 4 hours. But I'd say it can come and go. as you
Okay,
will it.
yeah. Then I'm going to dismiss it. Let's be like, you can. I'll call you when I need you.
Oh man.
Oh god, make it stop! Make it stop!
It leaves, but there is a little pile of drips of blood and flesh on the ground where it left.
As soon as it's gone, I'll just say I'm going to talk to someone about trying to get a new one. I don't know quite how that works. Well, it's not fine, but it is what it is for now, I suppose.
Have you given it a name yet, or?
I was hoping you could help me with that, because all I can think of is like, I don't know.
You can pronounce the name it gave you because you're a goetic. If you wanna.
Oh, did it give me its true name?
It did, but I can't say it. It's the demon equivalent of like slaughter. It's just
Okay.
it's in a language I can't pronounce.
Well, its real name is. But that's a little bit.
Well, that's what people call it. That's not its true name, but
Okay.
yeah.
Karosael's gonna look down at the ground and what it left there, and how about Sticky?
Sticky.
Yeah, that works. That works. Sticky.
Great. Well, hopefully Sticky won't be with us for much longer.
It
I
does
don't
look like
know.
it's on the edge of death.
Well, there's that, but I don't know. Generally, once you summon your familiar, that's your familiar. So I don't. There has to be some procedure. I just need to. I'll look into it because this is not sustainable.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I meant to ask actually, did I get any kind of mechanic bonus from having like really terrible nightmares? Like extra terrible?
Yeah, I will get back to you on that in 1 second.
Okay. Because that might change my mind.
Yeah, I'll let you know. It probably won't be like every day, but like the very first time you got it, really bad nightmares.
Yeah.
But I'll get back to you on that in just a second.
When I come kind of skidding into the garden and see you guys, guys, it worked.
Hello,
Oh.
Farideh.
Hi, Alondra. It all went, well, not quite perfectly, but it went great. I got to talk to this person, and I have more ideas. I have more things I can do.
What did you summon? Angel or demon?
Neither. I think. They're a warden.
You summoned a warden?
Well,
How did you do that?
Well, see, I tried to, but yeah, so like Alondra, you said that they would come to where I had summoned them. You know, I made like the circles like you're supposed to, and I had the incense and everything, and instead I went there. Well, I don't know if I physically went there, but anyway.
You went to another sun.
I don't know. They aren't on the Indigo Sun right now. They're from the Indigo Sun, and
This part is starting to sound really garbled from everyone else's perspective.
Yeah.
Like, whatever Farideh is saying, you're getting that weird dream talk right now that you can't understand. As soon as she started talking about, like, from Indigo, stuff like that, you don't know.
And I'm just like gesturing really excitedly, and I'm just like
Wah, wah, wah.
awesome.
Yeah,
exactly.
basically.
So Alondra, thanks for the invocation. It worked great.
We lost you a bit in the middle.
You looked
Oh.
so excited. It was good job on what you did.
Thanks. Yeah. Oh, and,
I'm glad
Samuel came with me too.
I'm glad it worked.
Mhm.
I don't think that's how that's supposed to work, but I'm glad that it worked.
Perhaps Farideh is a better poetic than you are.
Maybe.
Uh,
It's possible.
Alondra, you get, today, since your nightmares are more fueled, you'll get a you'll get a +3 damage instead of the +2 damage to your terror strike, and you get a joy, because your horrific nightmares have granted you greater than normal powers.
Sounds good. Nightmare joy. I like it.
Nightmare joy. I love it.
It's just joy with quotation marks.
And
No,
also-
it's more like joy with an asterisk at the end, I guess.
Yeah. And while Farideh is also gesturing excitedly, Samuel is also on her shoulder gesturing excitedly and doing his own chittering explanation of what was going on.
Weird
Well,
thing. Do his chitterings like turn into garble all of a sudden?
I was
even
thinking
though we already
there's like a
can't
little
understand
wah,
him.
wah, 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 wah.
No, because you can't understand him to start with.
But for us, like, does it
Maybe
like
slightly.
wah, wah, wah.
It's a little bit, slightly, yeah.
That's just so cute.
Well, in any case, they gave me this stone that should help us. So another day, we'll figure it out. But we might be able to track down Talia's murderer.
Awesome.
Excellent.
So Zephyr, do we need to go in your snake, or are we just meeting up here?
Well, I was thinking we were just meeting here, since we need to go to the bleed, but I mean, nothing much has changed in my house. There's not really a reason to go in there. I left my sword, so yes, let's go inside. And Zephyr will very gently pick up the snake, kind of give it a little tiny scritch under chin snake, and just think about the four of them being at the front door.
The four of you do find yourselves in the front entryway of Zephyr's house. The first thing you do notice is a very elaborate spider's web with early morning dew on it, which sparkles slightly, even though it is indoors. There is a large, happy-looking spider perched right in the middle, wrapping up a insect.
Welcome, everyone, to my house.
Should we take our shoes off?
Yes, actually. Well, no, we won't be here long. I just have to go grab my, I have to go grab my sword. I will be back in a moment. Hello, Rajathamos. And then she will just kind of like dart off, grab the sword. I like to think Zephyr's house is kind of like, I've been imagining it like the interior of a wooden cabin. Just small, simple, very warm. Probably just like one large room kind of divvied up by little screens. And sword is just like in the back corner mounted on a wall for now. So she's gonna go grab that and yeah. Just takes a moment.
Yes. My real question is how do people get out of your house?
We gotta exit out the back.
Like wish really hard. How do people get out of my house? Actually, I like to think that you open the front door and there's just kind of like a nondescript surrounding that changes every time you open it, and after you walk a certain distance away from the cabin, then you're just outside and wherever the snake happens to be.
When you do exit Zephyr's house, you find yourselves right in front of a large, big grandfather clock of the clock garden, which immediately starts ringing on the hour. The other clocks around you are not ringing on the hour. Every clock says a different time.
As we're walking through the clock garden, I want to kind of look into the faces of some of them and like looking for more memories like we'd seen in that shop.
So how set are you on looking for memories on there? Because that was specifically a quirk of Mirage's that just happened whenever he was working on things like that.
Yeah. I'm not looking for anything specific. Just like kind of as we're walking down the aisles and there's some clocks and stuff, I'll just kind of glance and just keep my eye out, see if I see any movement.
No, not really. This nothing in terms of like the memories that you saw in Glen of Memories or anything like that. You do see movement occasionally as the occasional person is walking through, just looking at the clocks. Every once in a while, you're all aware of this rumor. There is a rumor of a clock that can turn back time by a couple seconds. Every once in a while, people are walking through here seeing if they can find it. But no one knows what it looks like or anything like that, so it's usually a moot point. You do see a small mouse running into another clock with a small squeak.
So Metatron's in my pocket. You see his little head pop out, and he does the little, the cat chitter, and then jumps towards it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, oh gosh, how do I want to handle this?
What do you want to do, TM?
I'm just gonna pull a card. How about that?
In the meantime, I have a question for you, Gonah. Is the chitter like you just did it, or is it more because kitties have different chitters? Is it like the
it's the bird chitter,
or is it the little dolphin chitter?
Yeah, it's the little dolphin chitter that they'll do when they're like watching birds out of the window.
That's what mine do.
I will draw the card. I already drew it, so I'll tell you right now that it's not going to count towards anything. I'm gonna watch Seth's face as I say the card.
The hunting cat.
No, it's the devil.
Okay, cool.
Temptation, lies, charm, persuasion, value of 0, nemesis card. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but it's basically they're charming, sexy liars. Basically like that. But it's a value of 0. So what happens is Metatron goes to chase Arkin's mouse and makes a damn mess of all the clocks, as a lot of the clocks in this garden.
Matt, no.
They
no,
fall
please,
over.
Matt.
Sounds of falling clocks, wood breaking, metal, the little, like, that gong sound when something falls over, like metal and everything. And it's kind of like a chain reaction for, like, a good chunk of this garden as he goes to chase Arkin's snake. I mean, not snake, mouse.
Matt. Here, kitty. No!
After a moment, Arkin does come out of her mouse.
Oh, Metatron, what's a good kitty?
What the hell? Oh, hi, Alondra. What the heck?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good kitty?
Cat was just chasing your mouse, and
He looks tasty.
Who's a good boy?
We're trying to stop him.
Yes, we were
No, we
attempting
encourage
to
it's a good boy.
Her face
Attempting
is
to-
so red.
apprehend
Good boy.
the animal in question.
Zephyr's gonna go over to Metatron and give the butt scritches and try to get him going again. You know, like they get like really excited when they're chasing something.
Good boy. Who's a good boy? Go
Yeah,
get- go
this is the final straw.
Oh,
Yeah, get it.
Arkin! Arkin, hey, I haven't seen you around the song in a while.
Hi, Farideh. You can tell she's
Yeah.
got this, she's definitely trying to put up a facade, but she's still really red and really pissed. Excuse me, Farideh, Alondra. I need to go pack up some stuff. I will see you two around.
Okay, see you around the club.
Oh, are you going on a trip anytime?
Vacation?
Yes.
I think I'm gonna move.
Oh, leaving Fartown? I didn't know you had plans.
I will see you two another day. Bye, Farideh. Bye, Alondra. And she just gives the glare to the Karosael and Zephyr before
She's
walking.
just preemptively, as if she's like turned to start the glare. She's already.
She is and she goes back into her mouse, and the mouse runs to the far side of the clock garden.
And there's no
Alondra
chance
looks like
Metatron
that-
could eat her.
She's got
Eat-
like
eat
the
the mouse.
sirens going off in her head. She's what?
Do you want a snack? Do
What?
you want a snack? Do you want a snack?
Yeah.
Go get it.
Yeah.
You go get it. Go eat it. Go
He
eat
looks
it.
back at Karosael. Can I go get it?
Get it.
Or are we going?
You know what? Yeah, that'd be the total legal thing to do. Go get her. Go get her.
Metatron yeets. Goes into hunting mode.
Can we
Can I,
roll
like,
to
give
see
him
if
a
he
so-
eats
Yeah,
it?
can I give him a sortilege or anything?
Can we help?
I think he does not with the 0 from the card I pulled, but he doesn't make a mess like last time. But I don't think he eats the mouse.
Dang.
The mouse is
Aw.
dead already in like a hole in like a tree that he cannot get to.
Aw, next time, buddy. Pat.
Out of curiosity, how long do we think, Zephyr, that this trip to the Bleed might last? Because I believe I'm going to have to pack up all of my things and move now.
Oh, you're moving too?
Why is it?
Well, if she's moving into her store, then yes.
She has a store?
I love Karosael.
I don't know if you remember from when you were at my home recently, but I live in the back of her store.
So that wasn't your store?
No, it was not.
She was living there for total legal reasons.
Totally legal.
He high
So-
fives at the totally legal.
So she was not. I didn't realize she was unaware of your tenancy.
She was not. She
Oh.
still is not, but I'm going to have to find somewhere else to live before she becomes aware of it, I believe.
Oh, don't worry. It will take her some time to pack up. To answer your question, I'm not sure how long this is going to take, but I do know for a fact that Arkin has, all those little statues, those ugly little children, in where you live. Her collection is so much larger than that in her actual house. Trust me, it's ridiculous. Her packing is not going to be done by the end of the day.
I like how you just
Excellent.
worded that implies that you are in Arkin's house at some point.
Of
Total
course.
legal
Totally
reasons.
legally.
Of course she
Legal.
was.
Legally.
Totally
Legally.
legal reasons.
Legally.
What if?
I don't think she's been in it, but I think that she's definitely like skittled the lawn at some point or something. And at which point I like to imagine that Arkin definitely has a bay window and it's just fucking full of those fuckers. Like, and probably some dead plants.
So here's
Yeah, she totally
Like,
cannot
we
keep a
can't-
plant alive.
No, there's no way.
we can't do it right now, obviously. But what if we made it so that she wouldn't want to move back there either?
I'm listening.
Totally legally, we could mess up the house. And then, like, I'll help you fix it. Or
Yeah,
whatever
of course.
afterwards. But, like, make it so that she's like, this place sucks. I don't want to be here.
Honestly, if she came by the store and I made it known that or pretended that I spent a lot of time there, she would most likely abandon that plan as well.
We could fill it
does
with
make
mice,
sense.
cats, and snakes.
Mm-hmm.
All at the same time.
Is Arkin a Fizzlay? Does she have any special skills?
I think she's a squib.
She is a Vance.
Gonah, I heard that.
Sorry. It's a boy cat, too. He just likes to yell.
Our real life version of Metatron.
A little bit.
Yes, she is a Visley, yes.
Okay. Well,
I forget that sometimes.
I could make her feel uneasy anytime she walks through the front door of her shop. If that would help.
It could definitely help, yes.
Okay, just my contribution. Or if, Zephyr, if you do just like want to smooth things over, maybe I could always talk to her since she likes me.
Smooth things over with Arkin. Let me check my note. No.
Okay. All right, unease then.
Of course. Tenuous peace is how I like it. I'm sure we can think of something to stop her from moving back in. I
Sounds
have
like you
some
could
very
summon
disturbing ephemera to use.
What were you saying, Caitlin?
Oh, I could also summon something to guard the door. Make it, we could just throw everything at it and see
Of
what
course.
sticks.
Yes, just everything at once. With she comes back and says, "Oh no."
Well, let's handle the bleed and then figure out how to keep Arkin out of her own store later.
All right.
You see Zephyr kind of skip excitedly, probably for the first time ever, at the prospect of like, yay, shenanigans. And I get to throw everything at it.
Did someone give her like extra coffee today or something?
None of us even brought coffee.
Oh. Okay.
I didn't, just in case someone else would.
All right. Just usually don't see her so,
Chipper.
yeah, like happy.
Well, the prospect of messing with Arkin does tend to put her in a good mood.
True.
Okay, but who wouldn't get put in a good mood by messing with Arkin?
Clearly, none of us.
Metatron is in a better mood now.
Is he purring?
He is. I imagine he's just like doing the thing where he'll walk up against your leg and then
trying
he'll
to
like
figure
trot
eights.
forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally trying to trick you right now.
Oliver does
Yeah.
that.
Gosh, Inlay does that.
Oh, good.
I have
delights.
accidentally kicked him multiple times.
Oh.
He probably loves it.
He loves it. He absolutely
Yeah, that's the thing.
loves
They
it.
love it.
He's so fucking good. So what is the game plan? As you walk
Go
through
there.
Far Town, you see your regular sights. it's in the always autumn of Fartown with the ever falling leaves that never seem to deplete. There are a couple the best word to put it is a flock of glass orbs that make their way by, each with a singular keyhole, as you begin to head towards the far edges of Fartown, where you know the bleed is. You got Fartown, and then as you get to the outside edges, you have something called the Ruined Expanses, which are basically destroyed portions of city. And then you have the bleed. Everyone is aware that the bleed, except for what sounds like a carousel, but the bleed is where Fartown is a pocket dimension, and the space and time kind of gets a little fuzzy the farther out you get. So it's kind of like the edge of that pocket dimension when you make your way towards that area. What often happens is when Vizsla are experimenting with new spells, creating new things, and stuff like that, magical runoff tends to go out into the bleed and stuff like that. But other than that, people don't really have any reason to go out there.
I have no game plan, by the way. We're just gonna keep going until some shit happens. I'll probably leave at some point later. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still thinking.
So you mentioned quite briefly that we're going to the bleed, but what are we doing there?
Oh, I did not want to come here alone. The bleed being what it is. I got a lead on the Grey Reaper headquarters. I thought that I could use some backup, and I thought that being here perhaps could be helpful to everyone somehow, in some way. It's a very strange place, so.
This is gonna sound incredibly stupid. How large is this space? Like, are we looking in something the size of a building, or something the size of a small town, or something the size of a country? Like, I don't know how space.
Yeah,
Gunnar, you're asking about the pocket dimension itself, right?
Yeah, like the bleed. So basically, he's asking, like, do we know where we're going?
I will say that Fartown itself is about 5 square miles itself, just the habitable parts. If you want to learn a bit more like how big the bleed is, you can make an intellect roll if no one else wants to answer.
I think Zephyr will just provide, like...
Sure.
About the size of a district, perhaps. Space works strangely there. I will say we don't quite know what we're looking for, but...
Yeah, is it like contained, or is it sort of the entire perimeter of Fartown, or?
It's contained to my knowledge, is that correct? Like it's one specific area?
As much as a pocket dimension can be contained, yes.
Yeah, cool.
Like, you're probably not going to walk off through the bleed into another district.
Right.
Or another pocket dimension, yeah. With that, let's quickly take our break before you actually head off into the bleed. So, everybody please take a stretch, take a sip of water, and pet your pets, please. And we will be back in 5 to 10 minutes while, before our players go off into the bleed where time and space is funky. Bye!
Peach emoji.
Don't worry, it was already on screen, Seth. Here's your peach emoji. Hi, everybody. Welcome back from break. I hope everyone hydrated and pet their lovely pets and took care of themselves and did some self-care. Yum. Anyway, before we head into the bleed, I'm pulling the next card. On the Pale Sun, we have Enveloping Darkness. Mysteries, rats, mirrors, and stone. Restriction, loss, and endings. Dark isn't an absence of light. Light is an absence of darkness. Darkness is the default. It moves in to fill any place the light abandons. The dark was the totality of the actuality before the suns existed. And according to many, the dark will be the totality again once the suns are gone. The darkness is the end. It takes things. It takes us. It grabs, constricts, and overwhelms everything not warded by the light. Invisible magic is enhanced. Why did you make a card like that, Seth? Damn it.
Why wouldn't I?
I don't stack the deck, okay? Stoics have a +1 to their adventures. So, Karosael.
And just for clarification, I'm assuming that this is a different day than when I had my summoning, so I'm
Yes.
resetting all of my pools and stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct. As you make your way through Fartown to the edges, going past the ruined buildings of ruined expanses that were completely destroyed during the war, the scenery changes to a point where you see fog and you're kind of not sure where you are headed off to, except that you're continuing forward. It kind of looks like fog, but isn't really fog. And your sense of direction and time gets a little skewed as you begin to make your way out into the bleed. It almost feels like you are swaying back and forth without actually moving and actually swaying. What is everyone's game plan as you make your way out past the boundaries of Fartown?
I'm gonna slit my glass knuckles on
Good idea, good idea.
just to have them.
Yeah, are there a lot of people around?
You see Farideh and Samuel and Zephyr.
No, I mean
Alondra.
like besides us. Okay. Karosael's also gonna take the crowbar out of his jacket.
Is Sticky with you?
No, I dismissed him
Okay.
for the day.
I had to ask at least.
Yep. Nope. We don't need that right now.
We don't talk of Sticky.
Nope.
What y'all doing? Just continuing forward, making a game plan.
I know that not as soon as we get into the bleed, but if we get into, kind of into the thick of it, as it were, I do want to weave to try and get some direction.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do Freedom and Moonlight, specifically the aggregates for sight and illumination.
Okay.
Hoping to kind of do something similar that I did with the bookcase.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, in video games, when like if you have like eagle vision in Assassin's Creed or something, you could like see a possible plot item, or you could see like sometimes it's not a plot item, but it's like a side quest item that you do, just something that's significant in the area. That's kind of what I'm going for. Not just like, I know I'm not going to be able to go, oh, there's some foot tracks that we can follow, but just something to give us a general direction.
And so you're kind of like dowsing.
Yes, actually, that's the perfect way to put it.
Okay.
Dowsing, but Weaver.
I will say that this is a level 5 effect.
Okay.
This is a level 5 effect, but you'll still need to roll.
Cool. Okay. That is not a practiced weave. Don't think I have anything else that's particularly useful. Unless, okay. Hear me out. This place that we're in, what is it? Is it just like a ruined city? Is it just nothing? Is it...
You first, when you walked through Fartown to get here, you also had to walk through the Ruined Expanses, which is Ruined City. However, the Bleed is not the Ruined Expanses. It eventually tapered off into a flat landscape, kind of obscured by like a bluish indigo fog. Occasionally you think you see like a building off in the distance until like you actually get to that point and you realize there's nothing really there. Kind of like similar to a like mirage or an illusion.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, well, never mind.
It's
then
very like featureless, except
Okay.
the occasional rocks and such like that.
Okay, I had an idea, but it's not going to apply. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll for that. Where is my D10?
Your challenge is 7.
Cool beans. Where is my D10?
With your magical effect, if you spend 5, you have a +5 to your venture already.
Okay.
You have to spend 5. This is a level 5 effect.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll it straight.
Okay. You roll 2d10 because it's the magical effect. 1 magic, 1
Oh, that's right.
negative.
Okay, I
And-
rolled 1 already, so let me roll another one. Dude, where are my D10s? They're the only...
I was gonna say you really only use d10s and d20s.
I know! Okay, I'll just roll the invisible sun ones. So I have good news and bad news. I rolled a 4 on the regular one, but you told me to roll a magic die, and I
0?
rolled a 0.
Finally, our first flex of the game. Yes, I'm so happy.
I rolled
I'm so happy.
rolled
This
a
is
0.
So on the bright side, you successfully pass your check, but you do trigger a flux. And for those of you who are not familiar, because we actually haven't done a flux yet in game, this is our first flux. Mia had 7 sessions, and this is our first flux. It is kind of like a feedback in Magic. Yeah, Alex, this is our 7th session, and this is our first flux. It's basically a feedback where something goes wrong when you cast magic. If you'll give me a second, I will tell you. Let me know what happens. Explain what happens while I figure out what your flux is.
Awesome. Cool. So Zephyr is kind of used to the aggregate of freedom, but Moonlight, I think, is it's the newer one. It's the newest one that I picked when I became a level 2 weaver, or sorry, level 3 weaver. So I like to think that she is kind of very adeptly able to integrate this idea of like sight, seeing, trying to like find something specific, but the quality of specifically trying to illuminate something to see is what kind of backfires. It kind of goes wrong. So you see her concentrating and you see that normal like bright teal thing that happens when she weaves. Looks a whole lot like her hair, and everything looks like it's going well. I like to think of it as kind of just like wisps of air that she's literally threading together. And then there's one that is a little bit off color, and as they're literally being kind of sewn together, almost like the wefts in fabric, it sticks out, and she continues, and another part sticks out until it's just not passing through what she's doing at all, and it kind of takes over the color entirely is this other strange, like, I think of it as like a muddled red.
Regardless, you still are able to successfully determine the direction you need to go. And that is essentially time and space, and direction is weird, but if I had to put it on a compass, it would be northwest direction. However, your minor flux is a secret you wanted kept seeps into the brain of somewhere nearby. So, I'll let you mull. I'll let you mull that over.
Okay.
I will roll a die to see who it seeps into.
So when Zephyr weaves, do we see this like what you described? Do we actually really see these different threads coming together?
Mm-hmm. It goes to Alondra.
It's badass.
Whenever you figure that out, Seth.
That's hard because I mean, I built this character around openness. And not lying. So
maybe not like a secret, but just something you'd be embarrassed to talk about. I can choose something else because you're right. This is
honestly,
a very open character.
because I think Zephyr's kind of an open book, and that's no fun.
That's fair.
It was just like, did you know that she was a scammer in the shadow? Did you know that? Like, she wouldn't care.
In that case, it still goes to Alondra because I already rolled. But as your magic backfires, some of these tendrils reach out to Alondra.
Uh-oh.
And before you even really understand like what happens, you take 2 injuries. You alright, Alondra?
Yep, that was fine.
I like to think Zephyr doesn't notice. I like to think that she is doing her thing and like, that looks weird, that looks weird. This still looks really weird. What's happening? This is weird. But the effect she got is, so she's like, okay, cool, I guess it worked.
A little more, precision next time, maybe.
What happened to you? Why do you look...
You did.
I knew something felt wrong.
It's fine.
That has never happened to me before.
It's all right.
I'm so sorry.
It's minor. We'll walk it off. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It happens. Magic is it is what it is.
Well, we need to go that way. So it worked. I guess I suppose to your benefit, I will not be able to do much for a little while.
So
it's better than it not having worked.
That is true, you are right.
It was a good cause.
Always so positive, you, Alondra.
I try.
So are there like cuts or something? Like what? Like how can we see that Alondra's been hurt?
I feel like was it Freedom and Moonlight?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like almost like a sunburn kind of a thing. Like not, like gross, bubbly, anything like that, but just like a blistering, like 1st degree, but just like a sunburn.
And I think the way like Zephyr like described it, it's kind of like lashes of sunburn.
Yeah. It's like a couple of stripes of just burned.
Yeah. And you have
Like someone laid down something on your back.
Yeah.
Exposed.
Like one of those, those weird, really uncomfortable poolside chairs that have like the strips of like vinyl.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll fade in a couple of days, but it still looks pretty painful.
Yeah. And you have a lot of exposed skin, so
It's true.
Can I do something to try to heal her a bit?
if you can, if you have any suggestions, yes.
Yeah, so I don't have like any specific skills or anything. So I'd like to just use sortilege.
Pure magic.
Mm-hmm. I want to kind of pull some of the fog from around us because it reminds me of my breath runes, and just like essentially turn it into like a cooling little cloud
Okay.
that sits over her sunburn.
Okay, are you trying to heal all of it?
Just one point, let's say.
Okay. You're just gonna do a straight roll with a regular die and a sortilege die.
Great. Ooh, got a 6 and a 7.
Yes, no flux. You succeed in healing 1 point of injury.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yeah, that might help a little.
Yeah, it feels a little better.
Aloe vera
Okay.
cloud.
Yeah. Great.
So we're gonna be walking for a little while, right?
I would imagine so. I'm not sure how far, but
Karosael would like to use the spell Entertain. So basically, while they're walking, after 30 minutes, PCs willing to listen will gain 1 bene to a pool of their choice. NPCs are heartened and happier. In addition, NPCs are now favorably disposed toward me, and I gain +1 to any attempt to interact with them. Like the last part, not as much, but everyone will get 1 bene to add to your pool. I believe it can be any pool. So like, if you're low and just in case.
Mm-hmm. What do you tell them about? How do you regale them?
So Karosael is going to regale them with his very first heist and how he actually ran into and joined what was later jokingly called the Cult of Dionysus. It wasn't anything big initially. It was actually a library, and it was pretty simple. Dionysus was out back and scoping the place out, and one of us went past and threw a rock through the door. And we then, walked away, and we just waited around for, 20, 30 minutes. And when no alarm went off, no cops showed up, nothing, we knew that they didn't have any kind of a security system. So we used the hole in the door to reach through, open it, and it wasn't a lot of money, but that was the very first time that our small ragtag group pulled a heist. Things got way more elaborate than that, but there's a first time for everything.
Yay!
Yeah.
That was awesome.
As Karosael finishes regaling y'all with this tale, you're still walking through the bleed, through this blue fog, and you see at some point while you're running around, you do see a Chinese takeout container run and dash by you. It definitely looks like it has spoiled, and some of the container has fallen away just from how long it's been out here. There are, until you finally see like a bluish, like a dark blue fog rolling its way towards the group of y'all.
well, someone had. It appears we are on the right path. That fried rice looks like it has been out here for some time.
If they're not careful, they can get an infestation.
Yes, those are not nice.
This fog eventually does roll across your group. Can everyone roll me a resist defense roll? You can spend intelligence to add to your venture.
And if we have skill and resist, that's you just add the level, right?
Correct. That is correct.
Okay.
That was intellect that we can spend?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Do I keep the intellect Bene from having my familiar around, or does he have to be physically present?
I'll say you still have it.
Okay. I'm gonna spend one.
You are spending one. I saw a 7 from Karosael on the die. Or
Yeah.
Okay. Zephyr, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 3, but I had a level and resist, so
Okay,
4
so
total.
4. Farideh and Alondra.
I rolled a 7. I spent a Bene, and I have 1 level in resist, so 9 total for me.
Okay. And Alondra, what did you roll?
6 on the die, Bene and intellect, and her level and resist, so 8.
Okay.
Well, shit.
Farideh, Karosael, and Alondra, this mist just feels really cold to you. But other than that, it doesn't seem to have any adverse effects to you. Zephyr, when this rolls across from you, you find yourself alone. Farideh, Karosael, and Alondra, you still see Zephyr. But Zephyr, you are suddenly alone.
Farideh? Where did they go?
You hear Zephyr.
Hey, still here. The fog's not that thick.
Do I hear anything?
Nope.
Zephyr? I wave my hand in front of her face.
You just seem to be stuck in this blue fog.
I think Zephyr will probably raise her voice and call for them one more time, a bit louder.
Yes, yeah, we're still guys. Something's wrong with Zephyr.
We're right here.
Karosael's gonna try and just put a hand on her shoulder.
You feel something, but you don't see anything, Zephyr.
So Zephyr will push forward, having been freaked out by feeling something touch her, not seeing anything. She's gonna go nope. Yeet forward.
Is this one of those, you're supposed to smack them out of it kind of things? Because I can, if we...
Right.
I don't know if that would be productive, but...
Karosael's gonna try and just the basketball picks? He's gonna do one of those in front of Zephyr.
Wait, what?
Like a pick.
Oh!
For us,
stop
it's
people
like
from
this.
moving.
For boys, it's like this. But yeah, he's gonna just stand in front of her so that she's forced to stop, so she doesn't, whatever's going on, she doesn't hurt herself at least.
Yeah, you are. That's easy enough.
Okay.
Set a pick.
And then once she is stopped, he's gonna wave Farideh up.
Is there any magic or anything else you would like to do, Zephyr?
No, I will say that I do have a Vex in movement. So I like to think that she just is trying to yeet out of there and then power walking, and then when he sets that pick, she just stops in her tracks completely. I think at that point, not seeing anything in front of her and having been in this fog for a while and knowing that she hasn't run into anything solid yet, I would like to have her roll a perception task to see what the fuck touched me, first of all, and also what the fuck did I just run into, and where are my friends?
Sure.
I guess that too. So I'm just gonna roll a straight perception. I will be using a perception Bene.
Okay.
And I don't think I have anything else that applies. Finding friends? No. Alright. Let me use the magic die again, just for fun.
Are you using sortilege?
I am not using sortilege,
Okay.
which is a good thing, because I rolled a 1, so 2 total.
Yeah, you're not sure exactly what you ran into. All you see is this dark blue fog that rolled up on you, and that rolled in from the distance before washing all over you, and it hasn't seemed to disappeared. So basically, the space and the time has just kind of coalesced around you more thickly compared to what it was before.
Gross, and I can't really move past.
Well, to your visuals.
Right. So I'm just thinking she's surrounded by this the thickness, and then also has run into just feeling like a brick wall. And I think that she being hard-headed would probably just try and feel her way around whatever this obstacle is.
Oh, please stop, please.
Just
Farideh.
What can we do?
Take one of her hands, and Karosael is gonna take her other hand.
You're
and
holding
then we're
hands.
gonna walk forward.
Okay.
Alondra,
How does
come
it?
here, come here,
How
come
are
here.
you grabbing her wrists? Or are you just taking
just
her hand
like
just
a friend holding hand?
Yeah.
Okay, Little Nightmares 2. Hey, hands.
Oh, my heart.
We're leading you.
So she'll feel a tug.
Mhm.
It feels
Oh,
like someone
would
holding
she-
your hand.
Okay.
Zephyr doesn't like it, but she, there's nothing she could really do. So she'll just kind of I guess I'm gonna.
It's up to
I
you
need
whether
to go
you
that way, anyways.
It's up to you whether you put two
Here's
and two
the question.
together.
Does Zephyr recognize Faraday's hand?
My God. I will literally roll to find out.
Okay.
If I roll I don't know what, a 5 or above, then yes. That is literally a 5. The dice are playing me today.
So, yes.
Okay, so Zephyr recognizes Faraday's hands. Wait for the gay panic cards. And, so, okay, this is just a weird something. I think she will call out one more time. Are you there?
I'll squeeze her hand.
Okay, and then Zephyr will just kind of allow herself to be led in that same direction.
Okay.
Karosael's gonna Alondra.
I've got your back, and I'll just kind of walk behind the three of them.
As you continue off into this foggy landscape that seems to just move back and forth without you swaying, you do eventually see this large contraption ambling along this landscape. Everybody sees it, but it's tall and has made out of metal and is crawling on multiple spindly legs in a way that the weight, it shouldn't be able to support its weight, if an ant was enlarged to 1,000 times its size, it literally would not be able to hold itself up. So similar to that, with springs pushing out of it and along those lines, you see a couple knives swirling around, and before it kind of turns and beelines it towards your group. Karosael, I think you'd be able to make the connection. This looks like a failed making experiment.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it is beelining it towards your group, making a whirring sound essentially.
Alondra, you might want to get in front of us.
Yep, I'm gonna hop in front of the group
Okay.
with my knuckles on.
All right.
Zephyr will stop
question.
and draw her sword.
That was my question. Like, does Zephyr see this? Or,
Yes, everyone sees
can
it.
Zephyr not see anything, or just not us?
Just not you.
Just not you guys.
Okay.
In that case, I need
Okay.
everybody to roll
Cool.
for combat. Zephyr, I am going to make you use your Vex in movement. So a -1 to your roll.
Yay!
Would I have time to use an ephemera before we actually go into combat?
Yeah, if people have an ephemera they want to get off, they can.
Okay. I would like to use the other reflection is the real you.
You have that one too.
Oh,
We're both gonna use it at the same time.
Okay, that should have never happened, but I didn't know if anyone else had it, so it's fine. You're supposed to only have one incantation of like one Vizlay's head at a time, but I didn't know if anyone else had it. So you both could have it, it's okay. That's a mare boo-boo.
I'll put mine on Zephyr. Or like put
Does
it
it
in her
say-
hand.
does it
right?
say,
No, it's an incantation.
I think it's only user, if I'm
Yeah.
reading it, if I remember it correctly.
And so when
It
you
says
use
you.
when you use ephemera,
okay.
you don't have to spend the sorcery for that, right?
Correct.
It's like a free.
It's a free.
Blam.
It's a freebie.
Cool. All right. And then to roll initiative, it's a movement bene.
It's a movement task. You need to roll if it's either before or after the thing that you're fighting.
I am gonna use a bene just to cancel out that Vex.
Sure.
That's how that works, right? Okay.
That is correct. All right. What did everyone get?
Another 4.
Okay.
8.
Okay.
A 7.
3 on the die, so it is a 4.
Oh gosh. Okay. Alondra and Farideh, this thing is like almost up on you, just lurching and whirling around. But you two are ahead of it.
I want to punch it.
All right, you may roll to punch.
Is it accuracy?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna use a bene. Oh no.
What'd you roll? Okay. Are you using the magical the glass bracers, the glass fists?
Last knuckles.
Yeah, I said I had them on. Please
Okay.
don't break my knuckles.
Okay, so yeah, you don't hit. I'm sorry. Farideh?
Oh, I just don't hit? That's it? Okay. That's okay.
No, it's only on magical attacks.
Oh, okay. I thought they were gonna like break and I was gonna be really
No.
sad.
No.
Okay, that's fine. That's
It's
okay.
fine. Okay.
I just whiff.
Farideh.
Can I tell what this thing is made out of? Just like a general material?
There's a lot of metal.
Lots of metal?
Mm-hmm. At a general glance, there's a lot of metal.
Yeah. Cool. I I would like to. Well, actually, let me just read this ephemera real quick, just to make sure that I can.
You
Up
probably
to
can.
from up to a far distance. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I am.
it's within plenty closeness.
I'm going to use my ephemera Mind's Grip.
Okay.
So, with a mark applied to both hands and one temple, you can move an object weighing up to 200 pounds from up to a far distance. You can move it quickly and even hurl it, turning it into a weapon. I don't want to turn it into a weapon. I essentially just want to pick it up and slam it into the ground.
Oh, okay. What level is the ephemera?
5.
You will need to roll.
Okay.
Roll 2d10. One of them is a magic die.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
An 8 and a 9.
It will take 5 damage. I'll say the damage is equal to the level of the ephemera. But tell me what happens.
Let's see. You can move it quickly and even hurl it.
Unless it tells you specific.
It inflicts 5 damage. Yeah, it just says that you can move it, hurl it, turn it into a weapon. So yeah, I just from I kind of touch each palm and each temple, and I motion for it to go up as high as I can, and then slam it down into the ground.
Yep. And as you slam it down into the ground, it kind of lurches back up, and several shards and knives fly out from it. I need Farideh, Karosael, and Zephyr to make a dodge defense roll.
Movement?
Movement, yes.
Well, wait, it's defense, so we don't use Bene.
No, you can. Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I'm gonna use another one to get rid of
A
that
dodge
Vex.
defense roll, yeah. Oh no, you don't need to use Vex. Vex is only used once. It's not a scourge. Yeah, it's like Vex is the opposite of Bene. So
Okay.
I make you spend it.
And then it's used up.
It's used up until you refresh your pool.
Cool beans.
Cool. Still gonna use a Bene.
Okay. Karosael, what'd you roll?
Oh, 1 total.
Yay! 8.
Zephyr and Karosael, you are able to dodge out of the way of these flying blades and just shrapnel, basically. But Farideh, you take 3 injuries.
And that equals 1 wound, right?
That equals 1 wound. When you take a wound, you can use a physicality to cancel out the wound.
Can I decide that later, or is that like
You
an
have to
immediate
do
reaction?
it. It's an immediate thing you need to decide.
That's a physicality, you said?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that. Cancel it out.
Okay. Zephyr and Karosael.
I stab.
All right, roll to stab.
Accuracy, right?
Accuracy.
Well, I'm gonna use. Oh, I have +1 Bene. Yay! I was gonna say I'm gonna use my only Bene, but I have 2, so I will just use a Bene. And for funsies, I'm gonna use a sortilege.
Mm-hmm.
Just for shits and giggles. Spend a sortilege as well.
Do it up.
Yeah, why not? All right. So 7 on the magic die, and then I rolled so 7 total on the other.
Yeah, you are able to do damage. It's a heavy weapon.
It is. You have it at level 3, 6 damage.
Yes, so it'll be 6 damage.
Cool. So I'm gonna just charge at it, and I said stab, but it's like a weird metal construct, right?
Yes.
So I'm just gonna kind of like do like a wide slash at one of the legs.
Okay. It wobbles and falls over slightly as you give it a whack. Karosael.
He's going to call object from metaphor. He's going to say, don't worry, guys, I'm strong as a shield. And all of a sudden, on his arm appears a very large shield that he'll be able to, and he's just going to try and stand in front of, not in front of his friends, but like as a place where they can go behind after they like go up and stab or whatever. So basically, so he can try and tank.
Okay. Who are you standing in front of? Everybody?
I just saw Farideh get hit, so
Okay.
like I'm gonna stand in front of her, but like I'm gonna try and be around for if anyone wants to hide behind the shield.
Okay. Back to the top. Alondra and Farideh. And whoever is in front, Karosael's in front, standing in front of, will get a, I want to say asset, but they'll get a +1 to their venture for another dodge defense if it comes down to it.
I would like to punch it again.
You may punch.
That's better.
Spillage, you coward. Roll the magic die.
All right, fine. That's a 7 on the normal die. And a 9 on the sortilege.
Beautiful. I believe you have a +3 from your nightmares today because of your lovely familiar giving you some lovely late nightmares, and
And +4 on the knuckles.
+2.
Oh, I wrote down +4. That was wrong.
I don't remember. It's a lot of damage.
We'll go with +2. That makes more sense.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. How does Alondra wreck this thing up?
I want to she almost like it's like because it's just like a mass of swirling knives, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So she just like fruit ninjas it. She just starts like punching knives out of the air.
And this eventually, after Alondra basically punches this thing into a pulp, it kind of falls over and completely disassembles itself onto the ground of this thing. As soon as it does, the kind of whirling of the knives and such cut through the blue fog, Zephyr, and you are able to see everybody.
Oh, there you are.
Hey.
Hi.
Yo, what happened to you?
I don't know. Suddenly there was this very dark blue fog, and I found myself completely alone.
Well,
I mean, we were here. We heard you and we answered.
Oh, I could not hear anything.
It's okay.
Well,
We got you.
yeah, at least we took down this thing together.
Oh, yes. I'm glad that that was not. I knew that could not have just been me fighting that giant, strange thing.
Alondra, before I forget, because we didn't do it last time you used the knuckles, can you roll for depletion to see how long the magic lasts? What was it? Was it 0 to 1?
I think I did 0 to 1 for hers.
So as long as I don't roll one of those, it's good.
You're good. 2 or higher is good, and the magic still works. The extra damage.
That is a 9.
You are good.
Okay. And I'll kind of like look down at them and then look over at Karosael, and these are very nice. I like them very much.
Good.
Did you punch that thing
Glad
apart?
you're good at using them. Keep it up.
I punched part of it.
Wow.
It's a group effort.
As you kind of stand over this body of a failed maker creation, you do see like a little engraving like on the side of like that says, "To Cedric from your friend Emmett Efferescence." Looks like it was supposed to be some kind of gift before it ended up here.
No, poor Cedric. I'd like to loot the body. Are there any materials I can get off of this?
I was about to ask that.
You may roll an intelligence to see what you can salvage.
I am adding a definite bene.
How big are the knives? Are we talking like kitchen knives
Kitchen
or
knives.
like? Okay.
We're talking kitchen knives.
Can I slip a couple in my bag
Sure.
for throwing purposes?
Yeah, they're probably not good for holding purposes because they're kind of like where they were welded on. There's no more handle when they broke up.
I just want to like be able to chuck them at things.
Oh yeah, they're chuckable.
Great.
Okay, so am I able to use hidden knowledge, like identifying materials with this?
I'll say you can use
Okay.
hidden knowledge to assist you in trying to see what is lootable.
Okay, so in that case, I used an intellect bene, hidden knowledge, identifying materials, and the other one you said. So 5 on the die, 8 in total.
Yes, you are able to loot some materials from this, whatever it was supposed to be. I'll say you're able to loot 1 material and 3 things that can be used as ingredients. I will get them to you later. 1 material, 3 ingredients.
Thank you.
Okay. It has been thoroughly salvaged. There's a good way to put it.
I'd like to salvage the body.
Do you continue on?
Yeah, I think Zephyr is like still very weirded out by what just happened, so she will just kind of sheath her sword and then beckon everyone forward. Let's just. I'm very firstly, I'm very glad that I brought all of you here. I knew I would need you, but I am very happy to have all of you here. Hopefully, it's not too much further. So let's just get this over with.
Do you want to hold hands on the way?
No, I do not. Was
Okay.
that? Oh, were you the other one?
Yeah. What do you mean the other one?
There were 2 hands. I know one was Farideh, but you were the other one.
Yeah, I was the other one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It would feel very large. I was wondering.
Meaty.
It's good to know it was not some random demon.
Zephyr, what are the durations on your aggregates that you used for that first spell?
They are going to be both 1 round.
You're gonna need to. Your spell has since run out, and since you didn't spend additional bene to increase the duration, so if you want to do that again, or do another spell to reorient yourself, you are gonna have to do some kind of
Yeah. Is it cool if I take an action rest to refresh that pool?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'll do that first, and then I'll just roll to cast it again.
Okay.
So
2d10.
Gotcha. So I'm really not changing anything. Okay. That is a 6 on the magic die, and then a 9.
Yes. So you are able to reorient yourself and continue on in the bleed, where you continue heading northwest. It's probably like another 30 minutes of that general direction. Your spell runs out. Go ahead, Gonah. What?
Can I do the thing again? Am I able to do the same spell?
If you would like to
entertain?
entertain again.
Yeah, I'll entertain again. Why not? Everyone get a +1 bene. I know I used mine.
What story does he say this time?
So this time he is going to tell all of them, and I'm not going to go into super detail, about how his sister is a pianist. And so, because I did totally legal things over in the shadow, I kind of separated from my family. And she still continued on. She got actually pretty famous at it. And so I would try to go and see her concerts whenever I possibly could. And I would always make sure that I snuck in the back and left 1 yellow rose for her in the green room. And yeah.
You know, Karosael, you're really good at telling stories. The open mic isn't just for music. If you want to, tell a story or do some poetry or stand up or something, are you funny? I mean, you can always, you don't have to do music. I think you should tell one of your stories one week.
I mean, I'll consider it, but
Why not? It's another opportunity for you to be close to Mothula.
But
He performs every week.
He's so good at his performance. I can't imagine living up to his greatness.
He's not, is the thing. So with you actually being good, it would be a nice refresher. You could go right after him, and then maybe not so many people will leave.
I'll consider it. I'll think of one of my really good stories, and next open mic, maybe I'll perform. Thank you.
That'd be cool. Then we'll be in the front row for you.
These stories are true, Karosael.
Oh yeah, no.
These-
I could tell fake stories, but no, they're true. I promise. I don't know if there's a way that you can prove it, but
Oh, there is. But
oh,
I'm not, it's fine.
I mean, yeah, because they're true.
Cool.
Your group,
So it's been like 30 minutes.
your group does continue walking through this honestly disorienting landscape until you finally see a building far off in the distance made of pure white. It's a different material. There is wood and marble and stone, all of a white material, with staircases leading up the side and changing in really odd directions where there's no way that it logically should not make sense on how it ended up here but also there and looping back. Very MC Escher-esque.
I was literally typing that in the chat. You.
Yeah, it is very MC Escher-esque in terms of architecture and such like that. There are several sideways doors halfway up the side of the building where you need to take the stairs that go diagonal and everything like that. Yeah, just imagine any MC Escher type illustration in the distance.
That has.
Is that
it
it?
has to. It has right. It has to be. That has to be it.
I mean, that or someone's got a really, really cool house.
¿Por qué no los dos? Why not both?
We'll definitely head towards it. Being both intrigued and ready to get out of the bleed.
Now that you've found it, what are you doing?
Do you want us to go in with you?
No, wait here, if you don't mind. Is it okay?
Do they have a waiting room inside?
I doubt it. I don't think that they would, but this place looks relatively safe, at least this part. So I will make it quick.
How long should we wait before we come in after you?
30 minutes. I should be back in plenty of time. And Zephyr will, if there's just like a front door, or how does the...
You gotta walk up some stairs to get to the only door you see.
Cool. Love it.
The rest of you do see Zephyr walk up these stairs that kind of twist to the side. Gravity's fine for you, Zephyr, but from an outside
I don't think she's bothered by it.
from everyone else's experience, it is disorienting.
Well, she's just gonna kind of make a beeline for the door. I think she's kind of excited to have like potentially found this fucking place.
Yeah. Do you knock? Do you
There's
go
a
right
door. I was gonna say, if there's a door, I like to think that she wouldn't knock. I think she tries the handle first.
in? It is open.
She'll just go in.
Inside, it is very similar to the outside. Ramps leading up in impossible directions with some ladders that seem to loop back in on itself. There is one single person in the room. Cicero. With his mirror eyes and red hair braided off to the side. When you enter, he smiles.
I like to think that like when Zephyr enters it and then she sees, to remind me Cicero's pronouns, he, him, or they, them?
I think I originally said they, them.
Okay, I thought so too. I want to
Yeah.
make sure. I think that when she sees them, she like stops for a second, takes it in, and then she's like, yes.
They do smile when you enter. Zephyr.
Cicero, and she will approach.
Good job.
Just good to see you.
I hope it wasn't too much trouble getting here.
It was strange, but stranger things have definitely happened.
Now that you have found the headquarters, we can begin your training. Will you be... it is fairly... To my knowledge, it is fairly late in the day. Are you staying, or are you coming back?
I will be returning at a later time, if that is all right.
It is.
Do I have to do that every time I need to come here?
It gets easier.
I see.
The bleed...
Yes,
there is a reason why we are out here in the bleed.
Of course, and why it is so difficult for other people to find the headquarters. Makes sense now. Yes, I just wanted to... I'm sorry I didn't knock. I was excited. I wanted to just say hello. Thank you again for the opportunity. I told my friends I would be back outside soon. I don't want them to storm the place or anything.
We have our
One
own
of them is
defenses.
very punchy.
I doubt they'd be able to storm the place.
But one of them has some very nice knuckles. It's I don't want her to break anything of hers.
I understand. I await your return.
Is there a particular time that is best?
Whenever you are ready. When you come back, it will probably be a... What is the best word to use? It will be a cram session.
Oh. Okay, I will come prepared.
Training, on average, takes about a month.
I see. Okay, I will come prepared. You'll see me again very soon.
All right.
I think Zephyr will actually extend a hand to them.
They also put out their hand and give it a firm handshake. My companion Sainik will give you a... It's kind of like a... not a badge, but something that will... If I am not here, they will know that you made it here on your own accord and are ready for training.
I see. Okay, yes. That sounds good.
From a door that is just horizontal, comes out a young man with spiked dark blue hair. And blame Dax! Blame Dax! Okay? Why, Dax?
Does he gotta go fast?
He's wearing red shoes and wearing gloves. He has to go fast. And he hands you a kind of like a patch that has basically the Hendasa symbol on it with a scythe in the background because Reapers.
She will thank you, and she will take it from this very strange looking young man.
They nod.
Kind of look at the wholeness of what this person looks like.
Yeah, I gotta get back to work, but nice to meet you, Zephyr.
You as well.
And they will head back to their job. Cicero nods back at you. Whenever you're ready, we can get started.
Yes, I expect I will return within the next couple of days.
All right.
I don't have much to prepare.
I await your return.
Thank you again so much. And she will kind of turn and leave, kind of staring down at that badge as she returns to the group.
Okay. Zephyr returns with plenty of time to spare within the 30-minute time limit.
Alondra looks mildly disappointed.
So are you in?
And she will hand Farideh the badge.
Nice.
Thank you, all for coming and helping me. That was... I knew it would be difficult, but I did not expect, gifts for this Cedric person to fly at us. So thank you for being here. Thank you for helping. Apparently it gets easier to return whatever I need to, so I'm hoping that the way back will be much shorter as well.
Are you planning to return soon?
Yes, they said that training takes about a month. And it's something of a cram session. I intend to return in the next couple of days, so I could just get it out of the way and start work. I want to start as soon as possible. So I imagine I will return in the next 2 days, maybe.
With that said, we have one more scene for the day. We have a making session for Karosael. I will read the next card for all of y'all. The next card is Lucky Coin. On the red sun.
Are you kidding me?
Notions, cats, clocks, and wind. Good fortune, wealth, freedom, unexpected luck, and unstructured. We put a lot of value in objects. We place a lot of importance in their presence in our lives. Some might have a favorite shirt, a trusty kerchief, or of course, a lucky coin. Armed with a talisman such as this, no harm can befall us, but we only barely understand the truth of such things. The luck they bring, if they work, never comes in an unexpected form. Silver magic is enhanced and gold is hindered. Over the next couple days, the Fartown is fairly quiet, except for the fact that a local establishment called Eggland had an explosion of chickens, and there is now a lot of eggs running around the neighborhood. Other than that, it has been fairly quiet. But let's just say the Chinese store has now a surplus of eggs for cooking. As we go into your making scene, Karosael.
So I'm sure, definitely Karosael would have invited Zephyr.
For at least the start of it.
Because this is... Yeah, for at least the start of it. Or hey, I'm doing something really cool this day. You want to come over? So, if there's ever a point where you want to interject, go for it. And, other people are invited as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, if Karosael invited Zephyr, I think Zephyr would, in turn invite the rest of the group if Karosael didn't do so, but it sounds like you did.
Yeah, just general invite of, house is open, walk in, take off your shoes. It's fine.
Zephyr is going to, if there's, one of those... I forget now. I can't remember what they're called, but there's a little mushroom that's a bright bioluminescent teal. They're very, very small. If there's any of those, I think she'll stop by them and
Definitely, Zephyr, you'll be able to stop by for the start of this. If it does, this making will take about 2 weeks. So unless you delay your going back into the bleed, you probably won't be able to stay for the whole thing unless you delay your training.
No, she'll go for the start.
Okay.
Hang out, and then she'll, let them know that that she needs to leave for training.
All right. So at least Zephyr's here for the start. But Karosael, would you like to describe on your making process this time around?
So with this time, we are trying to make a sheath, and so what he did was he got all of these items. And the very first thing that he is going to do is the primary material is desaldium. And rather than getting it in a large ingot, he got it as a spool of wire. And so he takes that, and initially what he's doing is he's using just a pliers in his hand to make this kind of like the exoskeleton. This is the skeleton upon which everything else will be built. And so eventually it is a very filigreed outside of a sheath.
What is your level in the wires for your making?
That's a level 6.
Okay, so you're making a level 6 item with a level 4 effect, and then it will be add +2 to the level for depletion. So, what making crafting skill are you using?
Working with wire.
And that is a +1?
Yes.
Okay. So your level 1 ingredient for your first challenge will immediately succeed because you have a +1 skill. What is the ingredient?
So for that very first ingredient, he decided to use some salt. And basically, he was just able to make
What are you trying to say?
I'm not saying he chooses wisely, but by using the salt, he's able to mix that with other items to make it so that the filigree will stick together where it needs to and be strengthened in parts where maybe there's only 1 or 2 wires.
Okay. Your next thing you need to do is add a level 2 ingredient.
The next one is a peacock feather, and that he is going to interlace through the filigree on one of the sides, and it is the side that will be pointing out, as it were.
So you have a +1 from your wire making. You can always add intelligence bene to your roll. If you do that, you automatically succeed. Or you can roll.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. So you automatically succeed on that challenge. You need to add a level 3 item.
So this one is a crocodile's heart. And what he does with that is he takes it out so that there are no inner workings in there. And then he stretches it so that it is the inside of the sheath. And in theory, it will dry as a leather. And so that way, whenever the sword is put in, it will not mess with the filigree. It will not cut the filigree.
You have a +1 from your wire making. You can add hidden knowledge and intellect bene if you don't want to roll. If you want, you have a +1 to your venture. You need to succeed on a challenge 3, so you need to roll at least a 2 unless you add stuff.
I'll try it just with the +1 for this one.
Okay.
Right, because I want to save intellect for the others. Okay, 4 on the die.
You succeed. You need to add a level 4 ingredient.
Level 4 ingredient is a nettlebird feather. And this one is going to be more cosmetic, just placing. It says 1 feather. It's probably going to be like multiple feathers, just little down feathers to be able to help on the inside where that dragon heart is, and it'll soften and cushion it so that way, like if Zephyr or anyone else ever feels on the inside, it is soft on the inside instead of the leathery hide.
Okay. You have a +1 to your venture so far. Are you going to add any bene, hidden knowledge, or anything like that?
Definitely an intellect.
You have a +2 to your venture. You need to get at least a 2 on the die.
And a hidden knowledge.
Okay, you need to roll a 1 on the die.
Okay. A 9.
Perfect. Level 5 ingredient.
This is where he will take out the angel feathers. And where the peacock feather is the outside, the angel feather, which is so much larger, is going to be on the outside of the heart, on the inside of the filigree. And he is going to lace the veins of the feather through that filigree so that you can see the softness on either side of the sheath if it's lying flat.
So +1 from your skill. Are you
We're
using
definitely using an intellect on that.
intellect?
That should be enough.
So you need to roll at least a 3 on the die.
9 again.
Okay. You need to add one last ingredient at level 6.
And the last ingredient are polist petals. And this one, what he does is he takes the petals themselves and he grinds them with mortar and pestle, and he squeezes off any liquid from there. And that liquid he is going to coat the outside of the sheath so that way it'll have that little bit more protection, and it adds a slight blue tinge to the metal.
You have to succeed on a challenge 6. You have a +1 from your venture. Are you adding anything else?
I have 2 more intellect, so I'm going to use one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I only have 1 intellect left.
So you have a +2. You need to roll at least a 4. Are you going to use any hidden knowledge?
I don't know if hidden knowledge would work for this one.
It'll add a +1 to your venture.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Second one. So, okay.
Did you add a hidden knowledge?
Yeah.
You need to roll at least a 3.
4.
You succeed. And last but not least, you need to add a power source.
The power source is cold trapped in a crystal. So he's going to open that, and as it goes, it descends and it touches the sheath, and it almost looks like a blue flame covers the entire sheath and makes it glow for a moment before becoming dull again and becoming part of the sheath itself. It does not glow, but it did for that moment, that magical moment.
This is a challenge level 7, since this is a level 6 item.
Yeah.
You have a +1 to your venture so far. Do you use intellect, hidden knowledge, or anything else?
I am going to use that last intellect. I am stupid for the rest of the day.
It's fine. This is like over the course of 2 weeks. You're fine.
Okay. But I think that's all I can do.
No hidden knowledge?
No, I don't have any left.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, hidden knowledge is a limited resource, so if you're out, you're out unless you specifically go searching for some in downtime.
Oh, wait. No. I was missing which one was my hidden knowledge. I was just writing it down as like, okay, I used it. Okay, so I had 10. I used it 3 times in this one, right?
I think so. I don't keep track of people's hidden knowledge, unfortunately. It's just a limit. Unlike your pools, it does not refresh. So you have to make sure you keep track.
Because I know I used hidden knowledge once in my past, so it was. So if I use it, I know I used it twice already, so third time, so I'm down to that. Okay, I understand now. So I am going to use a hidden knowledge. So last intellect, hidden knowledge.
So you need to roll at least a 4.
At least a 4. 2.
A failure on adding your catalyst to a making item results in a magical mishap. But we're going to leave off on a cliffhanger for that on what exactly happens. But something goes horrendously wrong.
I'm just going to write a big, oh no.
Mishap. I got to write that in my notes. All right. Heck yeah, everybody. Hi, Louie. Anyway.
Give us the beans.
I will give you the beans later. Thank you, everybody, for showing up for session 7 of Secrets Beyond the Suns. We will see what happened in 2 weeks, because we will not be here next week, so we will be returning on the 24th. So if everyone quickly, we're going to do things a little differently because I got to step away from the computer for a second, but if people want to start saying where we can find you and everything like that, and then we'll go into like acumen and joy and stuff. So I will be right back if people want to do their sign-offs. Whoever wants to go first. I'll be right back, y'all. Sorry.
So, hi. I am Gonah. I play Karosael on here. You can, thank you. You can find me over at Twitch, the first Gonah. Let's see, you can find me over on Twitter as Gonah_Hawking. Vast majority of the time I am playing League, although I have been working on possibly playing other games, possibly Dead by Daylight or other RPGs. Still kind of, in that wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. I play scary games on Saturdays, so that'll be in about 3 hours if you want to join my partner and I as we make our way through Scarlet Hollow and other scary games. Other than that, yeah, you can catch me here. And off to Farideh.
Hello, I am Abby. This is my one streaming game, so come back, Saturdays at 1 to see more of Farideh. Or you can follow me over on Twitter at Aragorn's Girl. I tweet about cats and crocheting and music. To Alondra.
Hello, I'm Caitlin. I play Alondra. You can find me at A Theater File on all of the things, primarily Twitter and Twitch, where I stream vintage games, which is defined as any game that is at least 10 years old. I will probably make you feel old, and I do not apologize for it, because if I have to feel old, so does everybody else. We just started Kingdom Hearts 2 this week, so we're going to be playing that on Wednesday nights for the foreseeable future. For the month of April, on Sundays, we're playing Pokemon Snap 64 to get ready for the new game coming out, and then starting next month, we're going to be starting Super Mario RPG. Also, on May 2nd, I am throwing an all-day charity stream for my birthday, so raising money for the Actors Fund, which several folks here will be appearing in. We've got a couple of tabletop RPGs going, we've got some gaming time, and then we're doing a full read through of Much Ado About Nothing because it's my channel and I felt like it. So that is all what's happening. Please feel free to check in on any and all of it, and I will popcorn over to Seth.
Hi guys, I'm Seth. You can find me, I am now back on Twitter at KillXJill. You will be able to find me on Twitch as soon as I finish building my PC at that same username. In the meantime, I am also on Instagram, KillXJill with an extra X at the very end for crunch and flavor. Later today, you will be able to find me and Mare over at Open for Adventures Twitch channel at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, Central, I don't know why I said Eastern, Central Time for the semi-finale of Numenera Remnant. Series finale, not season. So after tonight, we'll have one more session, and then it's over. In addition to that, I have an upcoming something that I don't know if I can talk about it yet. I don't think it's been announced, but look forward to that in 2.5 weeks, I believe. That'll be on somebody else's channel, but it is a thing, and it is ridiculous, and it is for a very worthy cause. So, get plugged into my Twitter for that. The only other thing that I do want to mention is that I actually have been informed of an emergency, which is actually why I have reactivated my Twitter. One of my best friends is facing eviction. Despite the federal moratorium on evictions, they have been informed by their landlord that they, and I quote, do not know anything about that moratorium, and because of the state they live in, apparently it is currently in court whether or not individual landlords have to heed that eviction, even though they could possibly face federal penalties for doing that. So I have a link on my Ko-Fi. I've updated my Ko-Fi to just put all of the proceeds towards getting their rent back. This is one of my best friends who just recently lost their job after being owed 2 months, if not more, of back pay from that job that they still haven't paid up for. So we're just trying to keep my friend Haru housed. And thank you, Mayor. Link is in the chat for the thread. If you are able, literally any amount helps. They are telling them that they have to have this resolved by the 14th of April, or else they are going to be evicted. So yeah, thank you. If you could spread it around, donate $1, whatever would be great. So yeah, that is the only other thing that I wanted to mention.
And hi, I'm Mary. You can find me on Twitter at Archmage of Dice. I too will also be on Open for Adventure Numenera Remnant for the semi-finale. We have a guest tonight, so please tune in. On Sunday, April 18th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there will be the premiere of my D&D 5e game, Veil of Shadows, taking place in the Shadowfell. It's going to be really cool. We have a really rad cast, and hopefully y'all will come over and watch that. And then you can find me here on Twitch. My schedule is up to date, so just take a look at that. I variety stream. Oh, I do need to update my description for Inlay. I will add that eventually. Anyway, let's quickly go around and say whether you think you progressed your arc, your favorite part, and joy or despair for the session.
I'll go first. So first of all, I will be taking that acumen. Thank you very much, because I did the thing, a major thing actually. I found the place where the organization that I want to join is housed in. So yay, I did it. For that same reason, I'm going to be taking a joy. I don't think anything really bad happened to Zephyr this session. There were like a couple of bumps, but nothing major. Favorite part, honestly, if Graham is still in here, that random little Cedric addition in there got me in my feels, and my little invisible sun feels, because I missed that other game so much, and I loved playing with Graham that like one time I got to. So that was just a nice little reminder of like the world of Invisible Sun and how weird it is. So yeah,
nice little Easter egg.
Yeah, exactly.
Who is this Emmett? Because Cedric has like no friends, so
that is true.
Mysteries.
Friends. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Acumen, joy, and favorite part. Okay, I think I'm good. I'm gonna popcorn though. I popcorn 2. I'm gonna just roll. Hold on. 1, 2, Farideh.
Yay! Let's see. My favorite part was kind of the collective terrorizing of Arkan today. I feel like we've seen Zephyr do that a few times, but it was kind of fun that all of us were, there involved for it this time. It's nice. Definitely taking an acumen. I talked to a potential patron. Very exciting. And I think I'm going to take a despair, because even though I'm advancing, and that's good, every step seems to get more and more complicated. and that is intimidating. So, taken into despair today. And over to Gonah.
Let's see. I don't think any acumen, like there just wasn't anything with Karosael's arc specifically. But I do think he got a joy simply because like he got to make, and he actually used his forte, which he almost never gets to do. Not gets to do, remembers to do. Let's see. And favorite part, when we decided to make fruit ninja into a verb, and we fruit ninja'd the thing, the golem, whatever you want to call it, apart. That's pretty great.
And before I forget, my favorite part was the fact that Jax made me add Sonic the Hedgehog to this fucking game. I did get a kick out of it. It was really funny. Anyway, what we're gonna do is...
And you pulled that fucking coin after?
Gosh darn it, fucking right. The deck knows, y'all.
Stacked.
Anyway, what we're gonna go do is we are gonna...
Well, Caitlin
Wait, what
didn't-
about me?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I will cancel. My bad. I'm so sorry. Go. My piece.
It's okay. It's okay. It was good. I was busy throwing money at Seth anyway. I'm going to do a despair for today because Alondra finally tried to summon her familiar, which is like a huge goetic thing, and it was awful. Which I find hilarious. Like, I just want to do the odd couple with Alondra and Sticky. But I think it's despair.
Okay.
Not gonna do an acumen today.
Okay.
Not much advanced. Although she did get to punch things, which is always great. And I think my favorite moment was getting to, well, not all of us met, but like as an audience, met a warden. That was cool. So that was kind of fun. Yeah.
I lied. My favorite part was watching Alex's reaction to me saying that in chat. They freaked the fuck out. It was great. Anyway, sorry, Caitlin. I did not mean to preemptively raid before you said your favorite.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
But we're gonna go raid Rakalai. He's really cool, and he's building Gundam models. I don't know anything about Gundams, but it's really cool what he does on.
They're awesome, is what you need to know.
They are really awesome, and I agree. I just don't know anything, but it's still really cool. But we're gonna go raid him. He's really cool. Go say hi in chat, and we will see you in 2 weeks on the 24th. Bye.